SCP-004 consists of objects SCP-041 through SCP-014, each with the following characteristics: an old wooden door, SCP-041, 12 keys, each with a different phenomenon depending on which key you use to open it. 12 rusty keys, SCP-042 through SCP-013, SCP-047. This key opens a door into a huge room that is wider inside than outside. If the door is locked, anyone other than the person who opened it can enter. But when a squad of armed third-grade personnel entered, the room was immeasurably large, and they could not see anything but the door and the door frame. SCP-004-12. If you use this key to open the door, you will become nervous and unable to speak due to mental shock. In an experiment involving 16 D-ranked individuals, the few who had any strength left tried to gouge out their own eyes. Only 4 of the 16 survived, and only one of them was able to speak again after psychiatric treatment. He suffered from amnesia and testified to seeing gigantic green creatures so large they could not be seen, and to feeling an unspeakable primal terror, a sudden awareness, and a forced infusion of uninterpretable memories. The other key. If you open the door with one of the other 10 keys, you open a dimension where the laws of physics and topology are completely different from this one, and your body is immediately torn apart or scattered to different locations. Of the 10 keys, only 3 have been found to transmute a body to a location on Earth, with 2 of them appearing immediately after the body's disappearance, and the 3rd appearing exactly X years in the future. It remains to be seen where the other 7 keys transport bodies. Wooden box, SCP-004-14. A large, unvarnished wooden box. It can be opened with SCP-047, a safe key, and 5 of the dangerous keys. When unlocked with SCP-047, the chest will open on its own. The interior is exactly 5 times the size of the exterior and has the anomalous property that when the lid is closed, any object placed inside will disappear. This is the same for people, and their disappearance will affect the dreams that Data Erasure has. Experiments are still ongoing, and they are focused on 2 things. The first is to find out how to survive SCP-004's extreme phase world. The second, data redacted, is that keys SCP-0042 through 13 can open doors other than SCP-0041. The door and 12 keys were first discovered on July 2, 1949 by 3 youths who were trespassing on nearby state property, when one of them, SCP-004-1, used SCP-004-XX to open the door to verify that the key from the iron safe fit the door. An anomaly occurred in which his entire body immediately disintegrated and disappeared, and SCP-004-1's dismembered right hand and other body parts were later found at locations 8 and 32 kilometers away from the factory, respectively. On July 4, 1949, 2 days after the phenomenon, the SCP Foundation launched an investigation and assigned 12 D-level personnel to test all 12 keys. All keys fit the lock, and all but one of the personnel who used SCP-047 and SCP-0412 died instantly. On July 2, 19XX, an anomaly occurred near SCP-041, in which the remaining dismembered parts of SCP-004-1 appeared, all of which had not decomposed and retained body heat. 2 days later, the remains of one of the 12 D-class individuals previously used in the experiment appeared near SCP-041, similar to those of SCP-004-1. A check of records revealed that both SCP-004-1 and the D-class had a history of using SCP-04-XX and had reappeared exactly XX years after their disappearance. As of September 25, 2000, SCP-041 was being used as an air defense compound to store supplies for World War III, materials for SCP-XXX and all SCPs, and was named Base 62. On August 14, 2003, the entire northeastern United States and Canada experienced a blackout during which the base lost power for 53 minutes. Although no anomalous entities were found, personnel inside at the time testified to feeling the presence of a green creature of similar size to humans. There seems to be a space-time anomaly inside SCP-041. The people working inside claimed to have been there for a week, but in reality, they had been there for 3 or 4 days. Their workload and daily necessities are evidence. This anomaly is said to be related to the fact that SCP-004-1 and SCP-004-2 appeared XX years after SCP-04XX. Initially, it was stated that the lower half of SCP-529 was found inside, but this has since been erased.